You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
You are watching the leaders in full immersion gaming, and this is the pregame show.
What's going on, NBL Network? We got the Chiefs at the Steelers tonight. NBL Live play-by-play broadcast. Behind the scenes, pulling the strings is Hop, and joined alongside me tonight is going to be Sonny Weaver, the underachiever. 10-6. You can bet on that every time. 40% of the time, every time. What was that line from the movie I was trying to quote there that I just completely botched? We'll just continue and press on. Web3cast.com is our graphic sponsor for tonight and every game. You can get 15% off right now. You go to web3cast.com and let them know that the NBL sent you. That's right, web3cast.com. Affordable graphics for all your creative needs. 15% off. And Sonny, a penny pincher like yourself, would really enjoy that 15%. If you ever came around and needed some graphics done, web3cast.com. All right, moving along today. I actually need the link to the stream, Hop, if you can give me that. Okay, you gave it. And we need to talk about the latency thing, so just tell me where you're at. Moving on, Sonny, we got a good game tonight, a great game tonight. We actually had a big game today. The Vikings beat the Lions. They won the NFC North. 50-yard field goal, Sonny. Are you surprised in that outcome?
I'm surprised they won the NFC North with 3-game back in the division record.
Hey,
a little surprising, but it's impressive.
It was like all in poker, Sonny. We were playing for all the marbles at the end of that one, and he kicked the 50-yard field goal, got in. No, but big shout out to him. Vikings did win today over the Lions, 45-42 in a haymaker game. It went back and forth. It was a crazy game offensively. A lot of yards, a lot of time. 24 first downs for the Detroit Lions. But we're not talking about that game anymore. We're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, and we're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. We just had the Steelers on not too long ago, NBL Live. I think it was the previous game, 197. They took on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And, Sonny, it wasn't too pretty against the Jaguars. What do you expect tonight as we can get our player to watch up for the Pittsburgh Steelers right now? Is that the order we're going to go in? Let's get them up on the board right now. Ben Roethlisberger, not that great of a game last time on NBL Live, which was last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars. How dangerous is he going to be today? Because I'm just expecting him to explode. 400 yards, perfect QBR, maybe 5 to 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, big Ben Roethlisberger kind of faltered a little bit last week, especially down the stretch. Couple bad pick sixes on back-to-back plays against the Jaguars. The one good thing is he's not throwing against A.J. Boye and Jalen Ramsey. A little lower competition here in the secondary tonight. I think Ben's going to be fine. He's going to find Martavis Bryant and that cast of characters out there in the wide receiver core. I think he's going to light it up big time tonight.
Okay, you say Martavis Bryant. I'm going to have to stop you there because that's the first name that really just rattles off. We know Antonio Brown's older. I think he's 33 years old right now. He's buried somewhere on the depth chart. Maybe he comes out to play one Sunday or another, but not this Sunday. I know that for a fact. Week 16, NBL season 30, but it hasn't really been Martavis Bryant anymore. We got to start getting used to these new names. Javier Howard. It's a soft J. And then they have Chauncey Arnold, 53 receptions, 933 yards, 6 touchdowns. Martavis Bryant, the back end of those receivers, number 3, with 36 catches, 747 yards, and 6 touchdowns. I think we got to get used to saying Howard and Arnold just a little bit more, Sonny, because these are the real big dogs in Pittsburgh now.
Yeah, I'm still a big fan of Martavis Bryant because the reality is, for me at least, that he's still the big play guy, and every time I play him, he freaking destroys me.
Here we go. And it's Martavis Bryant. Am I wrong about that, Hop? Hold on. I can't have you mispronounce his name anymore. It's Martavis, right? Why are you adding the little Tavius? Does it just make it sound a little more...
Like Octavius, right? Octavius? No? Okay, well, we'll keep going.
No. Okay, let's keep moving on. Pressing forward, player to watch for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kind of a surprising team. We're going to be talking about Marcus Peters. I really wanted to talk about, and I'm doing this in air quotes, Sonny, the Chiefs quarterback. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. Has been phenomenal this year, but let's talk a little bit about this defense and Marcus Peters, and then we'll kind of segue into Chiefs QB as we know him by in the NBL.
Marcus Peters, very good cornerback. Not, like I said, not up to snuff with what he saw from the Jacksonville Jaguars, but good nonetheless. 13 pass deflections, 2 defensive touchdowns, and that's something obviously Big Ben's going to have to be on the lookout for after last week. I think Peters is going to lock down one side of the field, but again, with all those weapons on the field for Pittsburgh, I'm just not sure they're going to be able to slow him down with one guy.
What's going on as people get into the chat right now? Big shout out to Darce Knight. I believe he's in the grid right now. Actually, I know he is. Andrew Linney in the grid. Big shout out to Grid for showing up. Pricey Star. You know who Pricey is, right? He used to be called Elvis before we ever knew him. That was his gamer tag, supposedly. That was a fun fact that just recently came out, Sonny. I feel like we should do something with that at some point. But he's going to be doing the 40-day program with myself to try to get his game better a little bit. So big shout out to him. Shadow Rose is in the chat. Kyle. The other Kyle, Matt Miller, the Flat Killer's also in the chat as well.
That Kyle.
Which one? Yeah, Nemo. Okay, so Nemo's in the chat. Okay, you can message me that, Hop. You don't have to just yell out Nemo. I can't even hear what you say. Your mic quality isn't at the level of Skull Lions right now. But here, let's get started on the game. Let's get the predictions out. Let's end this pregame so we can get right to the good stuff. It's a Sunday primetime game inside of Madden right now. So they expect this to be a big game too, and so do we. Sonny, where do you see it going?
Give me the Steelers 28-13 over the Kansas City Chiefs. They miss an extra point. That's 2 touchdowns, 1 missed extra point.
All right, a missed extra point. Hop, you want to message me your prediction? You want me to read it out? We'll get some predictions in the chat right now. I actually have the Steelers going, winning and winning big. I know the Chiefs have been playing up pretty well this season. This is a team kind of on the rise. I mean, they're 10-4 right now. They're kind of solidifying that spot in which the Oakland Raiders kind of used to hold in that division, where they're just not quite good enough to defeat Gub and those Los Angeles Chargers, but they're a strong, solidified number 2 and a playoff contender as this division is getting deeper and deeper as the season goes. But I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers 38-13. And I'll go ahead and I'll throw in that missed extra point too, Sonny. We'll say on my
drunk. He said 35-21 Chiefs.
Oh, Hop's going 35-21 Chiefs, because when you can't get it done, you have to root against the guys that can. Champions Club constantly under attack by Hop. Not surprising here, guys. Let me see your predictions in the chat. A couple guys going Chiefs. Timbo's going Chiefs 24-21. Timbo and Hop on the same page. You don't see that too much. Super Lenny's going Steelers 27-24, a little closer. Gaming saying 27-23. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. I can't pronounce your name. You're gonna have to let me know how it's spelled. Shadow saying 28-10 Steelers. Pricey 31-20 Steelers. So a little closer than I have it. Which is a little bit more than what you have it, Sonny, but it looks like they're saying a 1-score game, so this is going to be interesting. Let's get it down to the field right now. We're in Pittsburgh. It's inside a dome now because they got a new stadium. And here it goes, broadcast number 198. We got Steelers at home versus Kansas City Chiefs. We'll see you on the flip side of this intro.
My name is Rex Dixon.
Craig Stein.
Clint from EA Sports.
You're watching NBL.
You're watching the NBL Network. And you're watching the MBLN Network.
Empty backfield for Atkins. He's been dropping back to pass here on 4th down. He is looking, he's looking deep over the middle. He has a man, it's Brandon Cooks, who catches and makes a madness!
Oh, that's
Woodard is dropping back. He's got open over the middle.
Wow. That big playmaker ability as he finds him again.
Into the end zone. Another touchdown.
All right, guys, we are almost back. All right, guys, and we're back here. It's Chiefs Steelers NBL Live broadcast number 198, and it's calculated gaming. Sonny, are you checking out the chat right now? I mean, obviously, now that he tells me it's calculated gaming, I look at it and I say, yeah, it's calculated gaming. That makes sense. I mean, that's what it should have been. Bleacher Report, NBL Bleacher Report reporting a quote from Chiefs owner Draco, the lover of FC Barcelona. I mean, the biggest bandwagon soccer fan on the planet. He says, we can show you we are for real with the win tonight. And now we got a chance to do it on NBL Live. It's not going to happen, but, I mean, if it does happen, that's quite some confidence coming from your ownership. Now, as a player, how would you feel if your ownership's telling you, hey, man, you know, they want to know if we're for real. This is the night to show it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can go about the motivation way a bunch of different ways. That's one way of going about it. the best thing you do is go out there and prove it.
And here we go, kicking the ball off, number 82, Kansas City Chiefs. Going to return this out the end zone like they like to do as they get down to the 25, 30, almost to the 35, no, to the 30-yard line, to the 29. Now, this is something that the Kansas City Chiefs like to do, actually, returning it from the end zone. This is a team that's wasn't really built on an offensive mindset, so they tried to get as much as they could out of special teams, and any big touchdown, they were trying to take it early in the year. Now, with their offense kind of settling in, are you surprised that they take those 4 yards deep into the end zone, out the end zone?
Well, I'm never a big fan of taking it from that deep in the end zone, but, you break one of those, that could be the kind of momentum they need to win this.
Here we go, single back formation. Number 28 in the backfield, Chiefs quarterback, hands off, up the middle, nowhere to go. It's going to stop him here. It's going to be second down. That's Logan. Logan has been fairly successful this season for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's been there all down, 3 down back, but Ryan Shazier gets into the backfield and blows that run up early in this game.
Are we going to go with Chiefs quarterback this whole game?
Well, give me a way to pronounce his name, because I've tried multiple times. I mean, OSU has a real slick pronunciation. You know what it is?
Strolznick?
Yeah, here we go.
Strolznick?
Here we go. Dropping back, Chiefs quarterback finds a drag underneath, and that's going to be a nice pickup. 1 for 1, 4 yards. Puts him in a little third and manageable here, 3rd and 6. What do you see from the Chiefs here? They got Chris Conley on the outside. He's got all kinds of speed. Tyreek Hill, he's got even more speed than him at this point. I mean, there's a lot of speed on the outside here for Kansas City.
Kansas City loves their speed to get up the field and get across the field especially. Look for some sort of deep crossing route here.
And if you guys are normally watching us on twitch.tv/NBL Network, this game is exclusive to YouTube right now, this NBL Live broadcast. Rolling out the pocket, doing what he does best, a very risky throw as it looked like TJ Watt, number 90, gets his hands on it. He could have just took off and ran with that ball, Sonny, and probably picked up the first down.
Yeah, I thought he had it if he would have taken off there, but instead he tries to kind of just spin around and chuck it downfield. Not a good throw there.
And Shadow in the chat right now saying we should just keep it with Chiefs quarterback. I'm actually thinking Daniel Shirley, we just call him Jags quarterback, because he really hasn't been anything special. Number 85 gets it down to the 26-yard line, and here comes that vaunted, that prestigious Pittsburgh Steelers offense.
Now we're going to see if Ben recovers from that play last week. You mentioned in the broadcast last week, the Pittsburgh way is to put it out of their head. We're going to find out real quick against this Kansas City defense.
Gub, the owner of the Los Angeles Chargers, in the chat saying it's going to be tough sledding for the Chiefs. I think he knows about this Pittsburgh Steelers team, and he definitely knows about this Chiefs team. He's played these teams multiple times. He plays the Steelers every season, so I think he knows what he's talking about. Here goes Big Ben in shotgun formation, dropping back. No Le'Veon Bell today. Goes quick underneath. Big hit by number 53. Down goes Chauncey Arnold. And only a pickup of 1. If you're Pittsburgh, are you okay with that kind of throw, that quick of a 1-read underneath kind of read from Ben Roethlisberger?
No, but I wonder if that's a little bit of a leftover from last week, if you're still seeing some jitters once you get just kind of into the groove here early in this game.
Here we go, Ben Roethlisberger, not top 5 in passing yards. Sonny, you got the list pulled up. Tell us after this play how good Ben Roethlisberger has been this year, but not his big passing as he goes underneath again, and Javier Howard gets blown up. He doesn't hold on to it. So a lot of 1-yard throws early on from this Pittsburgh Steelers team. This does not look like the same team we're used to that's driving the ball vertically down the field.
Yeah, this looks like a scared Ben Roethlisberger and Pittsburgh passing attack. Ben's been good this year, 27 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 31-21 yardage with a 77% completion percentage. The guy's been on fire all year.
Here we go, shotgun formation, empty backfield. Watch Martavis Bryant on the slant. He's waiting for him. He's looking for him. It's not there. He's looking for B. It's not there. There comes the pressure. Down goes Ben, and just like that, as quick as the 3 came up, they went down, and it's punt unit time for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs defense, this is what they were prided on the first 3 or 4 seasons out of box in this Madden 18 cycle. It looks like they're getting back to that blitzing defense and just really disguising their coverages.
Yeah, they look scared right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. We're seeing Ben Roethlisberger a little unsure to make the throw. He's seeing ghosts running out there in the secondary, and he's taking checkdowns that just aren't there. We'll see if that gets any better, but now Kansas City with a big chance to turn this around.
Here we go, Chiefs QB. That's what we've decided we're going to call him from now. Not because we don't know the name. We just can't pronounce it. Single back formation, dropping back, looking to the left. Got a man coming across the middle. No, he finds it almost intercepted. Number 31 makes a play. And let's talk a little bit about this secondary from Pittsburgh that seems to be very improved when they got their rookie cornerback on the field. And he was cleared, Sonny, to actually play today. So we're getting a little taste of him back in the lineup.
Well, and yeah, they were one of the better passing defenses before he went down earlier in this year, and we'll see how they play him today with Tyreek Hill out on the field.
Here we go, dropping back. Another pass play over the middle, wide open, splitting the safeties, and that's what they do. 2 for 4, 26 yards. Nice play right there. It's going to be tough to stay in these Tampa 2s. I know they really believe in Shazier as a coverage linebacker, and he can get back there and kind of make it not a cover 3, maybe a cover 2.75, if you will. But I don't know if he's going to be able to do it today. Just the speed and ability to get over top of the defense, that's where this quarterback's really looking to throw the ball.
Yeah, and that's the easy throw. You don't want to give him the easy throw. Make him take the tougher throws today.
Here we go, another pass play. Finds his halfback in the backfield. He hits him, and he gets down. Almost a 10-yard pickup. 3 for 5, 36 yards. Now, what is your first impressions? We've seen now this is the second drive as a catch there by Logan. They're 3 down back. Not the best out the backfield as far as hands go, but he definitely can catch and turn upfield, and once he gets going, he's a tough to bring down. But what's your impression so far of this Kansas City offense?
Well, they're dinking and dunking down the field. They're getting their shots against cover two. I'd look for more deep crossing routes here coming up soon because I think that's where you're going to see them take their next big shot.
I formation, 2nd and inches. They run slants, but it's not there, and down goes the quarterback as Carlton George gets in there and makes a nice sack for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Another great player on this defense. He's been developed by this ownership. They've had a great emphasis on developing defensive players. We've seen it with Churfy Gooch. This Pittsburgh Steelers defense, 3rd and inches, just run the ball. Don't try to overthink it here. As here we go, 3rd and 6 on this Pittsburgh Steelers 40, dropping back, looking to the left side, high pass, it's caught, no, it's dropped, and it's going to be maybe a long field goal here for the Kansas City Chiefs.
And they went to their kind of patented post pattern on those big passing plays, and that was one there where he left his wide receiver out to dry.
Here we go, field goal is going to be kicked here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Is up to the left. Does it have enough leg on it? No, it hits the crossbar. No good. The Kansas City Chiefs are now 0 for 1 field goals. Could have put points on the board, Sonny. Do you like going for that long field goal?
Yeah, I think you have to go for it. They just barely missed on it, and that would have been a big play there. Hey, I just noticed Andy Dalton's their backup quarterback. Good for Dalton.
Absolutely. Andy Dalton still has some jobs, and Sonny still kind of attached to him. Former Bengals quarterback. Handoff to the outside. That's Washington. He's only averaging just under 3 yards per carry. Gets a nice carry there. First down, 9 yards. And let's see if this Pittsburgh Steelers offense in the first half, they like to run the ball. Let's see if DeAndre Washington can get going. Former Oakland Raider, wasn't used too much over there. Averaging just under 3 yards per carry since Le'Veon Bell's been out. Let's see if he can kind of get some momentum and get some rhythm headed into this playoffs.
Well, with the way that Ben's playing right now, it may be their best strategy to just run the ball at this point.
Cooper Linney in the chat said thought he was breaking that one. Post route to the left side, almost picked off Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, you're noticing the 87 throw power being a little bit of a liability. This is the second game we've seen them on NBL Live, Sonny. We watched the first game, broadcast number 197. You can find it in our archives on this YouTube channel. Man, I mean, it just seems like he just does not have the juice to get the ball there.
Well, I'm not even sure it's the juice right there. The cornerback ran the route for the wide receiver. He's just locking onto a target before the play and letting it rip.
DeAndre Washington with a 9-yard carry on first down. They go to the air on second, then they go back to old reliable on third down, and they keep the sticks moving. Now they, after that missed field goal, find themselves on the Kansas City Chiefs 40-yard line in nearly the same situation the Chiefs were just in.
Yeah, now they need to capitalize here, especially with this kind of field position.
Watch this. I've seen this run in the Super Bowl. Watch James and Norton. That's the read right here. You got double slants. He might wait for James just a little bit to clear as he's sitting there looking, and he decides to call timeout. I like that play a lot, and I think it really opens up on the back end. It's a double slants out of the empty cowboy. I really like the double slants kind of read right there. It can really break down some zone coverages and slants, obviously. If you got good enough receivers, we'll break down man as well. Here we go, shotgun formation. Looks like they're going right back to it. They're going right back to it here. Watch the streak on Javier Howard on the right side. Gets it set up nicely. Here we go, dropping back. Big Ben looking for A over the middle. Not there. RB gives it to him. A little double slant, exactly as I predicted. He uses the first slant to kind of clear the defense, and the second one comes in behind it. And if nothing is open, Sonny, he actually waits for A just to get past the outside linebacker on the weak side. And he can hit him there, too, as a nice read right there for Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, and that was a little interesting because I thought 26 had a chance to break on that ball. He was just a step behind on that slant.
Ben looking over the middle.
Wow.
Almost airmails one to Eric Berry. That would have been an interception. 2 for 5, 14 yards. We've seen Big Ben all over the field today and a little indecisive at times.
Yeah, he's all over the place tonight, and I'm a little worried about that. I think maybe go back to the running game, see if you can try to establish there, and then go back to a little play action off of that.
Guys, make sure you hit that like button, and if you're not subscribing to our YouTube channel, head on over to twitch.tv/NBL Network and give us a follow over there and a subscription if you can. If you have Twitch Prime, it's pretty much free. And he goes underneath to DeAndre Washington. We used to see that a lot out of Ben Roethlisberger in previous seasons, as we got an injury timeout right now. In previous Maddens, they look for Le'Veon Bell at the backfield. You don't have the same explosion with DeAndre Washington. He's a capable backup, but definitely doesn't give you that same threat out the backfield.
No, DeAndre Washington's not Le'Veon Bell, but using the check down is a patented Big Ben move, and they need to go back to doing that a little bit, it seems here.
And Jugs in the chat saying Ben 30, what did he say, 89 years old? No, he's 39. Plays like he's 89. Missed the post right over the middle, and that got intercepted. Did you see it? Naked on the left side. He forces it to Martavis Bryant. I want to see the route tree for this. It looked like, I don't know what the route was on the left side. I think he had the stick and nod on the right that he was looking for, one of his patented routes to look for. But on the left side, it looked like he was breaking wide open. Did you see that guy?
Yeah, there was a lot of wide open guys on that play, and he chose the one that was covered. That's, again, very concerning, the reads we're seeing out of Ben tonight.
All right, here we go. Shotgun formation, dropping back. We're going to see a little bit more of Chiefs quarterback underneath. He finds his man. He holds on to it. Nice throw, nice catch there. I believe that's the halfback as Ellis is out with a dislocated thumb, but he will return soon for the Kansas City Chiefs defense. 2nd and 6. How important is it for Kansas City to pick up some yards on first down, Sonny, and just allow this offense to have that dual balanced threat as they progress through the downs?
Well, Pittsburgh's giving them the underneath routes right now, and so they need to take that. At some point, they've got to take a shot downfield that maybe isn't a post route. We've seen that twice so far today. That's been their big go-to. And 3rd and 8 here, if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm expecting some sort of post here, and I'm going to protect against it.
Absolutely. No cover 2 here. Maybe show 2. Cover 3, show 2 potentially for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steven Tuitt with a nice play right there. He just got rewarded with a really big contract, Sonny. 7 years, $70+ million. Excited to see what he can do for this franchise. Looking over the middle, it looks like he kind of just got himself caught up with his linebacker, which caused the throw just to be a little errant right there. Did you see? He just kind of stepped into his linebacker as he was stepping in to throw that ball. I mean, his lineman. And, man, it just really created a pass that was just a little off, and now the Chiefs are forced to punt deep in their own territory.
The left tackle got bull rushed back into, and he was rolling to his left as he was trying to throw that, and had he stayed clean in that pocket, I think he actually gets that and picks that up.
Nice return down to the 33. Pittsburgh playing with some great field position right now. But I kind of like that animation in Madden right there. You noticed that he kind of had, felt some pressure. And maybe it wasn't from the defensive man hitting him. It was kind of his own man. But you saw, it kind of play out through the throw all the way. I really like stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's representative of kind of the pressure the quarterbacks see in the pocket. And they have to adjust kind of their launch points a little bit. And that's what you get there.
Watch the out on the left side of the field, dropping back. He's going to hit him. And nice throw over there to Martavis Bryant, looking for a nice little stop and go. Stop and go, touchdown, Martavis Bryant. You said he was going to be a big factor. Currently 3rd on this team in receiving yards and touchdowns. Add another touchdown and add some more receiving yards to Martavis Bryant. The legend continues for this Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver.
Yeah, there's the Bryant I know and hate, making guys miss out there on the edge. Was that, in fact, Marcus Peters, or was Peters on the other side there? I think he's got Peters falling to 1, so that would have been their number 2 there. But, Kansas City's got to answer here. We haven't seen much out of this offense so far this game, so they got to have a big response here.
Yeah, a couple throws on the field, and this is a quarterback in a system that the Kansas City Chiefs have really developed passing-wise. They're 3rd in the league in passing yards. I believe they're 2nd in the league in QBR. They're 2nd in a touchdown to interception ratio. They're really dependent on the pass, unlike they've been before. We have to see more than just underneath throws and post routes. We need to see a little bit more routes from Kansas City. Hand up the middle to Logan, nowhere to go, and Steven Tuitt, another great tackle. 3 carries, just 1 yard, 2nd and 8 here for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Nothing happening right now with this running attack as the first quarter is going to come to an end. It seems like Kansas City just not finding any running lanes. I'd look to maybe some screen action here. Get the screens going, use it as an extension of your running game, and see if you can open some things up.
I like it. Let's see if they're listening right now, the Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator. If you are, you need to get back to the game and stop listening to NBL Live. Right now, a couple guys in the chat, Sleep God said that Martavis Bryant move. Is that something we need to make illegal? Because that was just pretty vicious. A lot of people in the chat responding to that little stop and go hezzy from Martavis Bryant. I mean, that was really something to watch and unique. I haven't really seen that too much.
Yeah, it was like in Top Gun where they say they'll hit the brakes and fly right by. That's what Martavis Bryant did. There's the Kansas
Do you
City
have a
defender,
reference
just
for
ran
somebody
right by.
not our age group? You know, maybe a little younger.
Doesn't matter. Just got to hit the Top Gun reference.
Okay.
Just got to do it.
All right, and who was? Well, I was going to ask you a Top Gun question, but it would have been too easy. The answer would have been Goose. So you would have got that, right? 100%, right? All right, absolutely. Here we go, dropping back, looking to the right side. Drag wasn't there. Throws it, interception city. Here goes Pittsburgh. Davis going to take it 15 to the 10, 5, touchdown, and a pick six. A quarterback that was playing so well coming into this game. Over 3,500 passing yards, a touchdown to interception ratio that was tops in the league. Seems to be wiltering here early in this game, early into the second quarter, as the Steelers' extra point is up and good. 14-0, Pittsburgh takes a lead and expands it with their defense. So you're getting points from Martavis Bryant, a pick six from Sean Davis. What can't this Pittsburgh Steelers team do?
Well, right now, Big Ben can't make a good read on throws, but we'll see. I think that can come back around. I'd just like to point out my Top Gun reference is going over very well in the chat right now. Very well. You got any more? Anything else? Give us a song from Top Gun, one of your favorites maybe that played during it. I mean, there was a couple really good songs. Obviously, Highway to the Danger Zone. Yeah, obviously. It's got to be. What about, is that the one that plays when he's driving over to our house? I don't know what is that, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. Take My Breath Away, maybe that was it. I don't know. Oh yeah, I think that is in that. Yeah. You want to sing that for us though? Grid Chargers already beat you to it, but yeah. Oh, big sack there. Awesome. Yeah, Chirfy Gooch. I just saw the replay on that hit. That was ugly. Yeah, there's a lot of great Top Gun things going on. If you haven't seen Top Gun, I don't know if you've seen it, Hop. Definitely a great movie. You are in the Air Force. Should be something they make you watch in basic training. I'm just saying. I know y'all probably watch movies. They're the Navy, but nice deep. Oh, he is in the Navy. That's right. All right, disregard. Well, you know what? That's the problem. I hardly ever see Air Force doing much. So when I see an airplane, and they just seem like they get away with a lot of attitude, I just automatically assume Air Force. So there's that. A deep comeback on the left side. They call that incomplete. Did he not get his feet in bounds? 1 foot down. No good. Wow. That's a tough. I'd like to get that reviewed. If I was Kansas City, here we go, 3rd and 17, next to near impossible for them to pick up, and then instead they throw a pick. Bud Dupree says, give it to me. Interception, Bud Dupree, and it can't get any worse of a start for Draco and this Kansas City offense. Do they have this kind of comeback in them? Because they're about to be down 21-0. Nope, and I hope you got some movie knowledge in here. We can talk about your vacation going to New Orleans. We can talk about... Watch out, man. Watch out. We've had a lot of people come through this league. I don't want them to be able to pinpoint the city that I'm in, Sonny. My life might be at risk here. Well, then we'll talk about pro wrestling, right? We can talk about some pro wrestling. So now they know the event I'm going to, the city I'm going to. You got anything else to give away? What about some great hotels like the Marriott? Well, I was thinking I was going to post a picture of you in chat and also give away your phone number, but we can get to that in the fourth quarter. And here we go, 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh. If they can get a touchdown here, I don't see. We had score predictions 24-21. I believe that's what Timbo said. Chiefs over the Steelers. That's going to be next to near impossible if they get 7 here. Too much time in the pocket for Ben, but down he goes. The old Ben steps him in the pocket and throws the ball, and you go, where is he going? No way. To a wide open receiver, and you go, wow, it's just so phenomenal. I'm starting to see some holes, some cracks starting to just show out here with this Pittsburgh Steelers offense, not as fluid and fluent as they used to be. Well, Bomber, that is true. I've also got breaking news. Intelligence says you are not staying at the Marriott. You are staying at the Red Roof Inn. Did Kyle say that? I mean, the Matt Miller? That sounds like a Matt Miller. That's JY. You know what, JY, you know what? You probably would stay at the Red Roof Inn. I mean, I've only seen that place. I've never stayed. I know I've seen it. I just have never, It's the one with the red roof. Yeah, I've seen it. I thought, well, it's kind of a clever name as I drive by it. And then probably looking and seeing JY's family unpacking from the minivan. But that's another story. Here we go. Empty backfield for Big Ben. Empty ace Patriot again. Watch the slot, number 82. Javier Howard might be on a post here. Here we go. Catches them off sides. Maybe a little aggressive here for the Kansas City Chiefs defense as they're trying to get something to happen here on this 3rd and 19. And I can't hate them for that because it's 3rd and 19. You think, if you give up 5 yards, still 3rd and 14 on the 24. Not much space behind them. Not really much of a risk there. And kind of worth the risk to put it on aggressive at that point. Yeah, you might as well flip it on there. I like to flip it on there. I like to flip it on a lot of different situations, and that's one of them.
So many situations that it's almost like
well,
the
I mean,
entire
as long
game,
as it's
right?
between 1st and 4th down, I'm willing to give it a shot.
And here we go, even on special teams, if you could. I could imagine empty backfield, Ben Roethlisberger. Let's see if he can do his magic again. Watch Javier Howard.
Baseline.
Nobody in front of him. It's going to be a timeout from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I kind of like that. I don't know why Pitt called timeout. I thought there was an opportunity there with Javier Howard not having anybody in front of him. Would have put a lot of pressure on the defense to kind of try to react from inside the box to trying to get a body on top of Javier Howard.
I don't like that. I feel like when people baseline there, it's kind of a trick. They're baiting you there. In general, baseline gives you the ability to kind of jump some of those routes, so you got to be careful there.
Watch Arnold on the post here on the left side. He's going to be wide open. Give it to him wide open. Walk into a touchdown, 21-0, pending this extra point. Chauncey Arnold on a simple post. And here's the problem. He runs a cover 9, and you guys are saying that wasn't even cover 2. Well, I mean, it pretty much played like a cover 2. You got one safety on the left side pretty much playing a cover 2, and the two guys on the right basically sharing the responsibilities of the safety that would be playing cover 2. You just don't see enough on those cover 9s of inside, top coverage there on the cover 3.
Was he showing blitz there as well? Because that there was a dude in the box I thought was a middle linebacker. He ended up in the far right corner playing a deep zone.
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, that's a lot of what Draco likes to do. If he shows blitz, he likes to put a lot of people in the box, especially when they're playing drop coverage and dropping everybody back. But like I said before, if you're going to do that and throw all those guys in the box, Chauncey Arnold is not the guy you want to do it with because he can get over top of you before you can drop back into your zone. And right now it's 21-0. Pittsburgh is up. Kansas City in a dire need for points right now. This is a must-score possession for the Chiefs. Am I wrong about saying that?
I wouldn't say wrong as they do deliver and get something on that, and that's a good start. But again, I've got a question: what their ability to move the ball is it completely reliant on throws between the hash marks? If that's the case, you've got a problem because you've got some really talented Pittsburgh defenders in between those hash marks.
Yeah, and everything we've seen has been between the hash marks or to the flat. And that's not going to be enough. You're going to have a couple more reads outside of that. You're going to have something deep down the sidelines, some kind of flood concept here, and we just have yet to see it from Kansas City. But you never know. It might be in the book. He's got over 3,500 yards passing, but down he goes again. No, he stays on his feet just to take another licking. He keeps on ticking for that Bud Dupree licking. 2nd and 17 here for the Kansas City Chiefs.
You're saying licking too much, and it's making me feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Okay. Oh, I'll tone it back a little bit. We'll put it on about a 20. I think I got 100 and... I was a little over 100 right there. I was maxing it out.
Yeah, I mean, on the creep radar, it was way up there.
Here we go. 2nd and 17 seems to be a common reoccurring theme here for the Kansas City Chiefs offense. They just get themselves in trouble, and then they throw a pick, but a little screen play gets nowhere, and a nice tackle there by Steven Tuitt. Kind of an early favorite for NBL Live Player of the Game, Sonny. He seems like he's just been everywhere so far.
Can we talk about the 6 for 13 right now Kansas City's on? I feel like they need to start fake hiking or something because Pittsburgh's flying through this offensive line. I don't know if they've got aggressive on or if they're just that good.
Here we go. Watch Dupree in the purple zone over there. It's going to be a little handoff to the left side. He's got some space. Should have bounced it outside. I think they had number 25 sealed, and Mays might have been able to bounce that outside and go maybe pick up the first down. I think they kind of limited their opportunities cutting it back inside, but here we go. 4th and 16. Going to be a punt back to this Pittsburgh Steelers team. Now I'm going to ask you guys in the chat. Does Pittsburgh go up 28-0 as we head into this broadcast number 198 halftime? Or does Kansas City get a stop here? I was hoping it wasn't going to be a kick return touchdown, punt return touchdown, because
I was waiting for
that would have ruined the question there. I'll ask the guys in chat. Great participation there from Loaded Lunatic, Winston Richardson. You've seen a lot of him. He said Chiefs are turning the lights off. My retort to that is going to be, I don't know if the lights were ever on. I mean, this isn't Name That Hotel. See, this is a trivia. What's the hotel that always leaves the light on? Because it ain't in Kansas City. I'll tell you that. Out route to Martavis Bryant. He beats him again. The out route king. Martavis Bryant pushing you upfield, breaking out, and this man coverage is having a hard time staying with him. We talked about Marcus Peters. He's stuck on the other side, defending against Javier Howard and Chauncey Arnold. It might be time to start sticking him on Martavis Bryant.
Yeah, I think that's where you're going to want to be is putting anybody you can on him because Martavis Bryant's shown right now like he wants to do some damage. You heard in that pregame show where you were doubting him.
Absolutely. Single back formation. DeAndre Washington in the backfield. Play action. He's looking. Look at X. Look at X. He's going to go underneath. He finds a tight end. Was that in bounds?
I thought his left foot stepped out. I challenge that.
That was a very questionable call. Booth review coming up. It is going to be 2nd and 10. Out of bounds, Sonny. You were correct on that. Even though I brought it up first, you kind of, agreed with me. But towards the end of your comment, it felt like, maybe that was your idea first. That's how I felt. Little intimidation factor.
That's probably a good assumption there.
There we go. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Sonny was right. And here goes Pittsburgh. Even any kind of points here puts them at 24-0. As long as they don't turn it over. I just do not see this Kansas City Chiefs coming back from 3 scores. But we've seen crazier things happen on NBL Live.
Yeah, I mean, some sort of fumble or interception for 6 is probably the only thing they got going for them right now.
And maybe if there was an interception for 13, they'd take it. Maybe something like that would be potentially something they'd be interested in, as DeAndre Washington went nowhere on 2nd down. Going to be a 3rd and 10. And this is when Kansas City tries to get cute. A little press up. And this is where they can get in trouble against this Pittsburgh Steelers team. Pass over to the left side. Nowhere there. I actually like the route. I like the tight end on the dig right there. He ran a slot drive. I know he liked the post. But I just saw the dig was just an easy 1st down for the tight end. That's where I was looking. I saw man coverage right off the bat. I would have stayed with that dig to the tight end, but instead he goes to the post. And Ben Roethlisberger, this team's up 24-0. Usually when they're up 24-0 and their offense has three scores, you think Ben Roethlisberger is playing phenomenal. He really hasn't been, Sonny. As we got nothing.
No, I was kind of collecting my thoughts there. Big Ben the last 2 weeks has just not been the Big Ben where you're used to seeing. And I wonder, said it for the last probably 3 seasons, is this the end of Big Ben? You've got to believe that this is, in fact, the last year of Big Ben, because he just, especially on the back half of the season, you hear about players kind of getting tired and worn out throughout the season. This appears to be it, as number 47 has stood over this guy celebrating for the last 5 minutes.
Here we go, single back formation. Ben Roethlisberger is 39 years old. He said he'd like to play till he was 40. Big hit on Logan as the cornerback comes in there. It's going to be 4 rushes, 2 yards for him. And when you're running, it looks like a quarters formation, cover 2-man spy, and you're going to tell me that you're going to run up the middle. You can't get 2 yards? That's an issue to me if I'm Kansas City.
Yeah, their running game has just not existed tonight, and really neither has their passing game.
Guess that's what happens when you think Lionel Messi is the best soccer player in the world of all time. But over the top, he's got a man open. It bounces off his chest and hits the ground as Pittsburgh celebrates. I don't know if that was more to do with Pittsburgh's defense, but it seemed a lot more like just a bad catch. I mean, you got to gather the ball. You got to see the ball into your hands. Kind of looked like he took his eye off the ball.
That was the kind of play they need to at least make this thing interesting. And, of course, it bounces right off his face. That must be a bad time. That's horrible.
Seam there to split the 2 safeties on the left side in the cover 3. Like the throw right there, dropping back. Chiefs quarterback looking to the left side. No, he goes to the right side. Finds his man. Is that one of the best? Chris Conley to make another catch, 7 for 15. I absolutely love Chris Conley. 2 catches, 16 yards, but I think he is one of those wide receivers that kind of makes this offense go. And if he's not playing up to an exceptional level, that puts a little bit too much on Tyreek Hill, who's more of an underneath guy for this team. Here we go, dropping back, looking, passing again, becoming very one-dimensional right now. The Kansas City Chiefs looking across the field. Pick City, TJ Watt says, throw it to me, I'm open. And Chiefs quarterback says, sure, why not? I've already thrown a couple. Another interception. And you got a playmaker there, right? I mean, you have to use the playmaker and send your wide receivers somewhere where you want them and not just allow them to roam aimlessly in guarded positions of the field.
Back across your body. It's never a good idea to throw back across your body, especially as you're rolling out to your right, throwing back to the left against the grain. And that's what happens.
Calculated Gaming in the chat saying, those are the drops, referring to the drop that happened to the Chiefs. Those are the drops that tell you who's going to win this week. Oh, I don't know if I'd go there in this game because there's been a whole lot of other things that told me Pittsburgh is going to win this game early on. The pick 6, the horrible reads, the inability to get the ball down the field outside of posts, things like that. Look for X over the middle, wide open, almost jumps it, picked off, intercepted by the Kansas City Chiefs. Now they just need 8 seconds. They got 3 timeouts. What is that? What is that going to balance into? You got 3 timeouts. You got 8 seconds. Maybe you can get a play or two off here. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to spin it into a positive here, Sonny. So you have to go Wildcat here if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, right?
Obviously. That has been the go-to here.
Let's see if the Chiefs are listening and watching around the league. They come out here, and it looks like they're just going to take a knee. Or maybe a fake knee, Sonny. Boot out option. No, it's going to be a knee. They're going to take it into halftime down 24-0. Nice interception, though. Don't give up too many more points. And once again, the topic of the day, Steelers are up 24-0. And I know I'm harping on Ben Roethlisberger, the quarterback of the team that's winning by 24 points going into halftime. But this is a guy with the 4-time Super Bowl pedigree in the NBL. And it looks like the 39-year-old is really running out of gas, especially in his arm.
Yeah, it definitely looks like something's wrong. I just would like to comment that why do you kneel that ball there? I'm not too sure.
Well, you know, conservative play calling for the Kansas City Chiefs has always been their forte. Shout out to Matt. Yeah, it really doesn't make too much sense in that situation. You want to get a playoff. What about the neck rolls on special teams? Big shout out to Draco, the editor-in-chief of the Kansas City Chiefs. He is a neck roll king. I remember a couple Maddens ago, fun fact, I had to tell him, hey, man, I don't want to play your team with 30 neck rolls over there. Your coach got a neck roll. Can we chill on the neck rolls a little bit?
I thought we limited it to just 10 neck rolls per team, but, you know, we may have to count him out.
Shifting the linebackers to the right side, DeAndre Washington takes a play action. Watch X. This is a cross. He's got X open. He finds him. Let's see if they can go underneath. Almost picked off there by Marcus Peters, number 29. Did you see him get back into that play? He was the purple zone on the right side. I think Big Ben's arm. 87 throw power now. If it drops to 85 next season, that might be an interception.
Yeah, that should have been an interception there. I think if Peters is just a step quicker, that's picked off. I mean, that guy's been everywhere today.
And here we go. 1st and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers on their own 44-yard line. Got a man in motion. No, it's just the defense in motion getting into the box. They like to put a lot of guys in the box. It's dangerous when you play with fire here. Let's see if Ben makes him burn. He barely got it off. Almost picked off again. Marcus Peters is the bait king. He baits Ben Roethlisberger. Oh, that was Eric Berry. And I've been saying Marcus Peters the whole time. I don't know why. 29, I don't know why I thought that was Marcus Peters.
Eric Berry's just as good of a player. And
this was the guy. This was the guy with the contract that Deca didn't want to take the Chiefs for.
Yeah,
seems like a phenomenal player. As DeAndre Washington's getting loose again. And I don't know if they got aggressive tackling on, but man, it's sure starting to show out here for this Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if fatigue's playing a factor. They spent a lot of time on the field, but this defense, 30 seconds into the second half, just seems to be running out of gas when it comes to making those tackles in open field. And DeAndre Washington, if he can do one thing, he can start wearing and leaning on this defense. He's doing that exceptionally well right there on second down.
Well, he needs to just keep running, keep this clock going, because at this point, we just need to hurry this thing up.
Calculated Gaming in the chat saying your first opponent is always yourself.
I
think that's a good one. Another out route there. Another quick out to Chauncey Arnold.
No. It's the classic screen to the corner.
Oh, it was a corner route. Okay, well, my head was down checking the chat. I look up. I see the ball in there. I just think outside seemed quick. That's a patented Pittsburgh Steelers play. Now, if Ben wouldn't have been able to complete that pass, I would have said he was done. That's a staple of this team. He could probably make that pass blindfolded, spun around 30 times with his left hand. But he doesn't need to because that would be ridiculous. Here we go. Patriots drag, looking for X across the middle. No, he finds his man DeAndre Washington out the backfield. Nice throw right there for Big Ben on the 13 as they look to improve this lead and improve their record. Sonny, what's the AFC standings looking like right now? I know we got 3 teams in that bubble spot. Who do you see making it into that wild card spot in the AFC?
Well, at the top, you have the Chargers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, followed by the Tennessee Titans and then the New York Jets. Now, the wild card race gets interesting. Jacksonville sitting at 10-5, assuming Kansas City doesn't come back, and this one will also be sitting at 10-5. And then you have the Cleveland Browns, who will play later tonight, who are at 9-5, and with the win will create a 3-way tie. That's going to be an interesting game next week because we will have Kansas City versus the Cleveland Browns.
So Kansas City versus Cleveland Browns on NBL Live, if that game holds the importance, which it will. So is that a scheduled game we have for broadcast number 199?
Yeah, I believe that will be our game.
And then on this Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have broadcast number 200. Is that how we're playing it out? I'm not sure. I'm not going to be here, so I am kind of just asking Sonny right now as a run up the middle, nowhere to go for Blackburn. Kind of a halfback I kind of like. I'll talk about him in just a little bit. Don't know if he's the answer for Le'Veon Bell. They kind of pulled back from him late in this year. They went back to DeAndre Washington due to a couple fumbling issues from Blackburn. But they're about to go up 27-0 here as they do. Yeah, so let's talk. So broadcast number 200 will be Saturday, right? 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hosted on the EA Madden NFL Twitch channel.
Yes, it will. And my guess would be we'll even have some bonus coverage, maybe multiple wild card games going off in that slot. We'll have to wait and see what the schedule looks like. But we'll have some good matchups there. That first weekend has always created a lot of buzz around NBL. There's some big-time breaks that happened that weekend. I've been on a side of those before.
And we had a couple upsets last season. We saw the New Orleans Saints knock out the Minnesota Vikings in the wild card round in a game in which we thought going into it the Vikings would probably handily win, but home field advantage does come into play into the playoffs, and the Saints played them tough, and now we got a new team in that same division. As a little counterplay to the left side, thought it had some action going, nowhere to go there for Logan. TJ Logan, 5 carries for 1 yard, Sonny. You think he could go 5 carries for 1 yard?
Yes, he did.
No, do you think you could?
Oh,
I think you could get hit 5 times.
Those are big guys.
You have to get hit 4 times, yeah, and come back. No?
Huh? What?
I think you could get a yard on 5 carries. That means you'd have to actually
I'm not
get
sure.
hit.
Have you ever seen a yard on a football field? It
No,
looks like
it's
a lot
not as short.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not as short as Chris Conley almost breaks that to the house and falls down, puts him in a 3rd and 3. My question is, though, one of the hardest things, I mean, getting the yard is the hard thing. But another hard thing would be getting up 4 times after getting hit.
Right, you got to take 4 more hits. I'm not sure that would happen.
Or you could give yourself up. Get a toss play to the outside, give yourself up, but you still would have to maintain that yard. Yeah, so definitely.
What was that?
Another bad throw there. Sean Davis with an interception down to the 35. User stumble recovery. And that's going to be a pick 6 as they go up 35-0 pending this extra point. Sean Davis, 2nd pick 6 of the day. Now he's going to be NBL Live Player of the Game. For broadcast number 198, I can probably book that now, right, Sonny?
Yeah, I would just start getting Kyle to work on that, or whoever's doing those now.
Actually, Gub's doing Player of the Game graphics.
Oh, so Kyle got too unreliable for us is what you're saying.
Actually, Gub's pretty unreliable with, and he misspells a lot too. So I had to ask him, did you outsource
if you're replacing Kyle as being unreliable, that's pretty ugly.
And then he comes in, and I have to ask him, is Doughboy doing these graphics? Is he doing the graphics or just spell checking for you? Because your spelling has been horrible. And he said, no, Sonny's spell checking it. Oh, got him. That's a little, can I get the drum roll there, Hop? Nothing.
I think Hop's asleep.
Hop's angry right now. He told us that the Steelers might lose this game. Steelers up 34-0, and I hate to break the news to you, Hop, but the Steelers offense has not even played that great, and they're up 34-0. Imagine if they actually played up to the potential that they can play or what they've been known to play for. I mean, we might be looking at a game that's 300-0. Bend it.
50 burger. 50 burger.
All right, guys, for those tuning in right now, make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, the channel you're watching right now, youtube.com/Madden Bomber League. Also, head on over to twitch.tv/NBL Network and check them out as a throw over almost intercepted again. Because when in doubt, air it out if you're Kansas City. I've seen enough of Chiefs quarterback. Now, Sonny, what I want you to do is pull up the schedule for the Kansas City Chiefs this season. And I want to know every team that they played that was over 500, because I'm starting to believe that they had an inflated offense due to their schedule this year.
All right, let's read them off. You only want to know the ones that are over 500. You don't want to know about their wins?
I mean, do they have wins over? I mean, I just want to know. I want to know how many teams they played that have a 500 or better record right now.
They have exactly 1 win over a team with 500 or better record. That's the Baltimore Ravens. They beat 2 weeks ago, 30-26.
Okay, and how many have they played? Gub twice, so that's 2, right? So that's 3. This game, that's 4. Outside of those games I've mentioned, is there any other games? Because we've played 15 games.
They played the Giants. They lost 29-23.
Okay.
That's
and what week was that?
That was still bananas time. Week 9.
Okay. So that's it. 5. So they've played 10 games with teams under 500, and I think that does the trick on why we believe Chiefs quarterback was, turning a new leaf and throwing. I think he has 3,500 plus yards on the season. What's his touchdown to interception ratio for the Chiefs? And some of these people watching right now still aren't going to believe how good he actually was this season, or has been, and this has been a pretty atrocious game for him.
28 TDs to 12 interceptions. 76.8 completion percentage.
Yeah, and that's 28. It sounded like you said 20. 28 to 12, right? Touchdown to interception. Or is it 20 to 12?
28 to 12.
28 to 12. That's really impressive, Sonny. I mean, that's, I always look, if you're touchdown to interception, you can double your touchdowns over your interceptions. That's good. In our league, that's really, really good. As Javier Howard pretty much looking for someone to tackle him. Please tackle me. They're like, you're too fast. You're going to have to slow down. So he got off the highway.
He's now 28 to 16, so.
Yeah, so a 0 touchdown, 4 interception performance against a really tough Pittsburgh team. So why don't we play a little game in which you give us how you think the playoffs are going to play out and where you see the Super Bowl ending up. And we'll just get it down to those final 2 teams that you think. You don't have to pick a winner just yet. We'll let that play out later. But how do you see it going in the AFC and the NFC? So you say those 3 teams. You got the Jaguars, the Chiefs, and who was the other team? The Browns. So 2 of those are going to get in. One's not. Who are the 2 you got getting in?
I think the Jaguars beat the Rams next week. It's a win in their in situation, so they win, they go in. And then I think it's going to be the Cleveland Browns that get in. With the Browns, it's tough to even tell what the tiebreaker is, so I'm going to go with Jaguars end up 5, Browns 6. No, I'm going to flip that. Let's go Jaguars 6, Browns 5. There's a rematch, round 1, between the Tennessee Titans and the Jaguars. Titans win that, obviously. Jets versus Browns, round 1. Browns win that one over the Jets. In the NFC, you'll have the Seahawks versus, let's just go with the Vikings. I'm going to take the Vikings in that one.
And then you'll have the Giants Seahawks in that one. He's listening right now. Troll him at least. Just upset him.
I'd rather be right than troll. The Giants versus Saints first round. That's Saints in a blowout victory there. So let's go to the second round. We'll start with the NFC this time. You'll have the Detroit Lions versus the Saints. I think that's going to be a great matchup. I'll take the Lions in that one. With the Falcons playing the, looks like the Vikings. I'll take the Vikings in that one, setting up an NFC North showdown for the NFC title.
Okay.
And then over in the AFC,
if you're not asleep yet, it's about to get good. He's going to get to the Super Bowl soon. So
yeah, we're going to get there.
All right.
I'll take Chargers over, I guess, who would be the lowest seed there? The Browns. We'll take Chargers over Browns. We'll take Steelers over Titans. Setting up the rematch there, Chargers versus Steelers. I'll take the Chargers in that one. And then you get the Lions and the Vikings. And, folks, I'm taking the Vikings. Chargers, Vikings, Super Bowl this season.
And who's going to win the Super Bowl then since you're already there? Are you gonna not troll this guy at all?
We're going with the Chargers, baby.
All right, there we go. Woo! Well, then all is well at the end of the day. Champions Club gets another one. Toss to the outside, TJ Logan, a 3-down back for the Kansas City Chiefs this season. NBL season 30, 7 rushes. That's all you get on the stat line. You're not seeing touchdowns. You're not seeing yards, nothing. It just says 7 rushes. Now I'm going to ask you, Sonny, could you do 7 rushes? This means being tackled 7 times.
Do I have to gain yardage?
I mean, I think you have to just... We'll say you have to do what he did or better. So you just can fall down pretty much. There's a big hit right there. Bud Dupree picks up the fumble. Shazier lays the wood like only he could. And Bud Dupree now has the ball. And the Steelers are saying, I guess we got to score some more points. Offense back on the field.
Yeah, this... Can we hit a fast forward button? What are we doing?
Well, that's where we're at. As Sonny predicted the Chargers. Who do you guys think... Let's start with this. Who do you guys think will be in the Super Bowl? Let's get your predictions in there, and we'll discuss a couple of those predictions. Fella Blitz says Falcons versus Vikings should be a good one. And there's a fumble right back as the Steelers give it away, and the Chiefs say, you know what, 37 points isn't that much if you score really quickly and get a lot of onside. They get the ball back here, down 37-0, but I'm starting to root for this, Sonny. I just want to see points on the board for Kansas City. And if they do, I want confetti to fall because it's been that kind of game. Let's go right now. 0-0, Sonny. Kansas City has 0. Pittsburgh has 0. Who do you think will win this game?
I think it'll be a tie because I think Pittsburgh will refuse to score, and I don't think Kansas City scores.
I'm going with the Chiefs here, baby. Here we go. Dropping back, looking over the middle of the field, finds his man, Chris Conley. He's got space. 0-0 right now. Fourth quarter only. Throw all the stats out. I don't care that it says 37. We're going to round it down to the nearest 0. Everybody's got zeros, and the Chiefs are charging right now, Sonny. No pun intended about LA being the dominant force. I think Kansas City could win this game. If we're talking just the fourth quarter right now, let's get back into it. 0-0. Kansas City has the ball on the 44. Can they make this happen?
No. No, they cannot.
Here we go. Shotgun, single back formation, 3 tight ends, pulls one to the right, and Logan finally gets a yard, but no, he does not. No, he does. He doesn't get a yard on the field. He gets that rollover yard. It's where he just kind of got a nice spot, and they just gave him the yard in the game, even though he didn't fully pick up a full yard. Here we go, I formation. TJ Logan in the backfield, play action. No, it's a handoff. He tries to get outside. He's trying for that yard again. The marker doesn't move at all. 3rd and 9. They don't give him there. See, I actually think he gained a little bit on that one. But since they kind of rounded up for him on the 3rd and 9, 2nd and 9 last time, you know, he got the full yard now. So 2 carries, 1 yard. You give it to him again, you'll be in 4th and 8 maybe, if you're lucky. Here we go, shotgun formation, 44 in the backfield. Rick Mahorn, he's dropping back, he's looking over the middle, and he just throws a dirt ball to a wide open man, and it's punt unit time. Maybe you're right, Sonny. Pittsburgh's still going to win this game, even though we just made it a fourth quarter game.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But you know what? Shout out to the 47 people still watching this blowout. That's impressive.
All right, do we get any predictions for the Super Bowl right now? I don't see anybody who predicted any teams yet as the punt goes into the end zone. Nice field position. My Chiefs are trying to make this climb back. It's going to start 1 score at a time, and they're going to play this field position game here in the fourth quarter, and I think that might just be enough to put them in field goal range at the end and kick that game-winning 37-3 field goal. We might see it happen.
Lip, if you are listening, please score a field goal in this game. Please.
And calculated game saying, yuck, horrible throw. And that was a bad throw. I think he made the right read there. He just didn't get it. DeAndre Washington tries to bounce it outside, does his best TJ Logan impression, and gains 0. 2nd and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm trying to see if anybody will give Lions Chargers is what Superlinear is saying. Okay, Lions Chargers. What's that? What's that? What else do we get? All right, what else do we got? Let's not pick Lions, Chargers, Vikings. Let's go teams other than that. Who else could you see make it? Let's not say Steelers anyway. If we're going to say Steelers, Lions, Chargers.
Lunatic said the Saints will be marching out of there with the trophy.
Oh, wow. And you know, the Saints, man, I tell you who's probably scared to play the Saints, the Vikings. I mean, the Saints have owned them so long. It's probably in their head at this point. If the Saints saw Vikings road to the Super Bowl, they'd probably be saying, Mama, get your tickets ready. We're going to the Super Bowl. 3rd and 12, man in motion is Javier Howard. Handoff to the outside. Blackburn, nowhere to go. TJ Logan, 2.0. 3 carries, -5 yards. See, TJ Logan, I'll raise you -5 in half the carries. 4th and 14, and the Chiefs.
Now, I think I could do 3 rushes for -5 yards.
Are you taking hits, or are you just taking a knee here?
Well, I could just kind of fall down with a little bit of a touch.
And here we go to the outside. Special teams going to do it if the offense can. He's got space to win. They're going to win this fourth quarter. Touchdown, Kansas City. He's at the 1, of course. Give it to TJ Logan 3 times. They get stuffed. They're kicking a field goal, Sonny. We might still have a ball game.
How did he go out of bounds? No one touched him.
I don't think the Chiefs really understand here that they're in a game that's just in the fourth quarter. Please, get a point here. Score. And we got ourselves a lead. But they find a way to toe tap the sideline. Let's see if we can punch it in here. I formation. Chiefs quarterback got the fullback in motion. TJ Logan hasn't done nothing all game, and it continues. Big hit by Ryan Shazier. How was he there? Oh, my gosh. Ryan Shazier. If they continue to run TJ Logan on these next 2 downs, they might be out of field goal range, Sonny. This is a possibility.
Oh, man. No, he's going to throw an interception here.
Guys, if you're tuning in right now, you say 37-0, wipe it away. It's 0-0. Kansas City trying to take the lead. TJ Logan, no! It's the rock bottom from TJ Watt. What a tackle right there. It looked like he was about to get in, and they said, no, we're just going to put you back where you started, TJ Logan. 0 yards on this drive. Can TJ Logan get in on 3rd and goal, and do they go for it on 4th? I'd say they don't. And I think the Chiefs might win this game.
They're going to go for it on 4th.
And here we go, I formation again. He didn't get it 3rd time's a charm. When in doubt, TJ Logan, get in there, baby. Handoff up the middle, nowhere to go. Stuff City, how do you like your pizza? Stuff crust, TJ Watt, 4th and goal. This is the most climatic the entire game has been. They say don't even think about it. Put the kicker out there. Here we go, the kick's up, it's good. They take a 3-0 lead. Can the Pittsburgh Steelers overcome this 3-0 lead by the Chiefs on the 3 runs from probably the worst halfback we've seen on NBL Live in at least a decade of seasons? I have never seen anybody perform at the level of TJ Logan.
This has been one of the worst performances from a rushing standpoint I've ever seen in NBL. Not just this season, not just this cycle, but ever in the existence of NBL.
I think the Steelers actually ran commit all 3 of those downs, and man, and if they didn't, it's even worse. It's even worse. Here we go. Can DeAndre Washington get in here? Strong formation to the left side. He gets locked around 77's arm, and he gets a TJ Logan gain of 0. 2nd and 10 here for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, he's doing his best TJ Logan impression. They think that that's how you run the ball. We got to see better out of him.
I don't think Pittsburgh's even looking to score right now, but they do still have Big Ben in the game. You got bunch formation. I actually like this formation. This is a passing formation. They're going to hand it off. Nowhere to go. TJ Logan 2.0. Gain 0. 3rd and 10. Let's see if they go back to the old TJ Logan runs. Are they get a little creative as Dante Fowler Jr. With the tackle. Former Jacksonville Jaguar. How did he end up on the Kansas City Chiefs, Sonny? What's his contract look like?
Early on, you know, a little surprised this cycle. They didn't really give him a whole lot of love.
Here we go, same formation. Ben Roethlisberger looking back, handoff, draw up the middle, nowhere to go, and almost a face mask. How sweet would that have been? Picked up 15 yards and kept the drive alive. It doesn't happen. TJ Logan 2.0, 4 carries, -3 yards, and they're punting here. And if I know Kansas City the way that I know them, I would say they need this game out, and they take this 3-0 win, split the losses, 1 win, 1 loss. I mean, you lost the real game, you won the 4th quarter game. And let's see what they do here. I bet you they take a knee. Oh, they're going to run it out. They're going to get it on touchdown. He's going to outrun him. 82, that's Jainty. Gets down to the 15, to the 10, a 10-0 victory. So 2 shutouts we saw today. We saw 37-0 for the Steelers, and now 10-0, pending this extra point for the Kansas City Chiefs. We did say Kansas City would miss an extra point.
Yeah, we did, so we could still get that.
That would have been funny, but it actually goes in 37-10 here for the Kansas City Chiefs as they end up on a 10-0 run. Couple onsides, couple more special teams plays. What was the spread coming into this game? I said a blowout. What did I say it was going to be?
I think you said like 34-13 or something.
35-13 is what I said.
You're pretty close.
Well, I mean, yeah, to the let up at the end. Pittsburgh down 10-0. Do they know that they're down 10-0? That's the question.
Well, they may be willing to throw it now. You know, obviously they're only beating them by 27. Kansas City, with the way they've been scoring the last 2 drives, could make a comeback here if Pittsburgh goes 3 and out again. So,
and Darce is saying Kansas City Super Bowl confirmed. Oh, please, no. I mean, our EA host might disappear during the time in which we had to do a Kansas City playoff run over our EA host. That probably wouldn't be the best ideal situation to see these Kansas City Chiefs on that primetime situation.
Yeah, that. So, did we get that player of the game graphic?
Yeah, I mean, okay, what do we got? We're closing the game out right now. Chiefs, they lose. 37-10. Pittsburgh Steelers defend the home field, and the Steelers improve to a really nice record. They're going to be 13-2 with 1 game left in the season. This is a team with third best record in the league, 2nd best record in the AFC. Continuing to improve the Pittsburgh Steelers as the Kansas City Chiefs, who were in the wild card run. They needed this win. They said this win would have taken them to that next level and showed everybody they were a competitor. But at the end of the day, they showed everyone who TJ Logan was instead. And that wasn't good for Kansas City as they're going to fall to 10-5. Who was the player of the game for broadcast number 198? Sonny. Who do you think it is?
TJ Logan.
All right, Sonny, we're going to need a real answer here, man. We're
Davis.
ready to get off the – who are we going?
John Davis, pick 6, king
John
of
Davis.
the Steelers.
Yeah. John Davis is going to be the player of the game for broadcast number 198. So, Gub, when you get around to it, we'll expect that graphic, and it'll probably be 6 to 7 days, most likely, delivery.
We'll be on EA before we get that graphic.
Most likely.
I guarantee it.
And it will definitely be misspelled the first time. But Sean Davis should be fairly easy. SEANDAVIS. Pittsburgh Steelers, Gub. Let's get it. Broadcast number 198. Thank you for everyone who came out. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, this Saturday, it's going to be at what time, Sonny?
I believe 9 o'clock this week.
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be on twitch.tv/NBL Network. It's going to be a good, fun wild card weekend. OSU is going to be back, so you won't have to hear me. I'm not going to be here, but you are going to have Sonny Weaver, the underachiever. And for Sonny and myself, alongside Hot Behind the Scenes Pulling the Strings, we hope you enjoyed the presentation. Maybe you didn't enjoy the game, but you will enjoy the presentation, or at least we hope you will. And until next time, we'll see you, I believe, broadcast number 199 before then and now, right? Is that going to happen? Week 17 matchup? Okay, so we got 199 coming up next, and then broadcast number 200 on Saturday. But we will see you next time. NBL Live, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the flip side